Hi guys, welcome to Primrose and Pro Bath Products. My name is Melinda, and today I am bringing you a video all about making shower steamers. This is my first video in a little bit since back to school has happened. I have been hit with multiple yucky bugs, colds, flu, whatever you want to call it, the nasty icks. But I am so happy to be back to video making. So I am starting my shower steamer by measuring out some fragrance oil. I like to use fragrance oil and essential oil in my shower steamers. The reason being is that sometimes the essential oils on their own are not quite strong enough to carry the scent the whole shower, even if they're strong enough to still be therapeutic. And what I mean is, I think people are more likely to get nose blind to having just the essential oil. So I like to use the fragrance oil to kind of boost the scent of the essential oil. Today I am making my citrus shower steamers, which is a blend of sweet orange, grapefruit, and lemon essential oils. It's a fantastic wake-up blend. It is my personal favorite. I'm a morning shower person, and so I really like having the citrusiness. Citrusiness is not a word, but it is now. I like having the citrus brightness wake me up kind of scent in my shower, so this is perfect for me. I do make other blends of shower steamers. I have a lavender, I have a eucalyptus and lemon, and then I have what I call a breathe better, which is a specific blend to help open up the nasal cavity, open up the lungs, and get the crud out. All right, what I have just done is added isopropyl alcohol, I'm using 99%, to some melted menthol crystals. Menthol crystals are actually crystallized peppermint oil. It's super, super concentrated peppermint oil. It helps open nasal passageways. It's also used in products like Vicks. It's used in things like cough drops. So an all-around awesome ingredient that can be used for lots of things. Next, I am getting my baking soda ready. I sift my baking soda just to make sure that there are no lumps in it. It just helps the final product come out smoother and be easier to mold. Now, if you've never used a shower steamer before and you're wondering what the heck I am talking about, a shower steamer is a little puck, usually. It can be all kinds of shapes. It looks like a mini bath bomb, and you put it in the bottom of your shower, and it's got typically essential oil, the menthol, like I said, fragrance oil if people are using it, and as it dissolves, when the water hits it, it activates and dissolves. It releases the fragrance into the shower, and it gives your shower a really nice aromatherapy vibe. All right, into my mix, I am adding some kaolin clay, and then after that, I am going to add some cornstarch. Now, my shower steamers are the only product that I use cornstarch in. I don't like to use cornstarch in my bath bombs or my lotions or body butters. That's a personal preference thing. I have found that my skin and my kids' skin can be a little bit sensitive to having cornstarch on it, so I avoid it in things that will directly touch the skin. But since the shower steamer sits at the bottom of the shower, I don't have to worry about that. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit in between recording here. The reason I add cornstarch into my mix is it slows down the reaction between the citric acid and the the citric acid and the baking soda. It slows down that reaction, and so it gives it a longer dissolve time in the shower. That is the #1 question I get asked when it comes to shower steamers, is how long are they going to last? And I always say it just depends. It depends on how long of a shower you take. It depends on where you put it in the shower. If you're putting it where it's getting hit with a lot of water all at once, it's going to dissolve a lot faster versus if you're putting it off to the side and you're just kind of splashing it with water every once in a while. My rule of thumb for myself is that I can usually get about a 20-minute shower out of it and maybe have a little bit left, or like 2 15-minute showers. But again, it really just depends. Sometimes when I'm super, super congested, I stick that bad boy right in the middle of the water, and I stand right over it and just make as much vapor all at once as I can to just really open up my sinuses. Recapping on things I have done. I added my fragrance oil, my carrier oil, and my essential oils. I blended that into my baking soda, kaolin clay, and cornstarch. And then I added my citric acid and I blended that together. And then I added my dissolved menthol with the isopropyl alcohol suspension. And now I'm blending that together. And now I am spritzing with plain old distilled water as my binder. I did a lot of trial and error until I finally came to this method. This is what works best for me and has the least amount of activation. I find that when I take the base of my mix, so baking soda and whatever hardeners and additives I'm using, and then I blend in my oils, and I do this for bath bombs too, it helps coat that baking soda a little bit before I add my citric acid to it, and for me that lessens the chance that I'm going to accidentally overactivate my mix. Now that I have everything blended and I have checked to make sure that my mix is the right texture, I'm going to go ahead and start packing my mix into the molds. I use a 3-part 3D printed mold. These are personally my favorite type of mold to use. For me, I find them to be the easiest. I like that they're just easy to pop out versus some of the other types of molds you can use, like a vacuum mold or the metal molds. So I pack it all in and tap it with a spoon to get it to release, and then I'll go ahead and pop it out of the mold. The way that I measure my shower steamers is when they're fully dried, they come out to be 2 ounces. And for me, I think that's a really good size for a customer, especially with, this is I believe a 2-inch diameter puck mold. I've tried going to 1 ounce and I find that they're too thin and they get a little crumbly. Now I could use a smaller diameter mold for sure, but then you're changing the surface area of where the water is going to hit, so you just get a different effect. So like I said, for me, this is just what works for me. I think any bigger and you almost get too much use out of it. Like you're going to have it sitting in the bottom of the shower for too many showers in a row, and it almost seems a little bit wasteful. So this is my preferred size for the shower steamers. And here they are done. Thank you so much for watching today, you guys. Please give me a like and a follow. See you next time.